This is the Nexus 6P, a big, beautiful phone from the creators of Android themselves, Google. In the Android market, this is the unofficial flagship of flagships. It's the hardware that Google chose to showcase their most recent version of Android. So that brings into question, is this truly the best Android experience out there? Now this isn't a complete comprehensive review, it's more of a showcase of this phone and just to see whether or not it is the best Android experience you can get. The 6P is the first Nexus manufactured by the company called Huawei, and while at first that may seem like a questionable decision, believe me, it was a good one. It's sporting a solid metal frame that not only looks great but feels incredible. The three color combinations are aluminum like I have here, graphite, and frost, but all of them have the same matte metal texture. The premium build quality, chamfered edges, and the flat grippable sides result in a phone that looks and feels like it actually did cost $500 to make. Props. But you can't look at the 6P without noticing that camera hump. It looks very Nexus-y, and for some people that might work, but honestly I just think it looks dumb. It is worth noting that there have been a lot of complaints about that glass piece covering that camera hump shattering, so just keep that in mind. And yes, the build quality is top-notch, but what's it packing under the hood? As you might expect, it's rocking a full set of flagship level specs. Snapdragon 810, 3 gigs of RAM, Adreno 430 GPU, a beefy 3450 mAh battery, and 32 gigabytes of internal storage minimum. All I can say is, damn. That's a crazy set of specs, but don't worry, all that power is not wasted. On the front of the phone, you've got a 5.7-inch 2560 by 1440p AMOLED display. This might be the best screen I've ever used on a smartphone to date. It's almost ridiculous how good it looks. A good screen is great and all, especially for content consumption, but it's only half the battle. Flanking the screen on the top and bottom are dual front-facing stereo speakers, which instantly makes the 6P better for content consumption than any other 1440p phone like the Note 5. The incredible features of this phone don't stop there. The fingerprint scanner is in the perfect position and is so fast the phone is usually unlocked and ready before I even take it out of my pocket. The power button is textured to help distinguish itself from the volume rocker, and both the power button and volume rocker are very tactile and satisfying to press. It's also rocking the reversible USB Type-C connector at the bottom, which makes plugging in for a charge a million times easier. The camera might not have the highest megapixel count with only 12 megapixels, but it produces very impressive picture, has laser autofocus, and supports 4K recording. I actually really like what Google is doing here with the image processing. The white balance always seems to look good, and it's not overly sharpened or oversaturated. Honestly, on auto mode, it almost always comes out looking exactly how you want the picture to look. But most importantly of all, it is a Nexus device, so it's running pure, untouched, stock Android 6.0. So yeah, mine's running Android 6.0 Marshmallow, and it's safe to assume you'll be the first to get any updates if you have a Nexus device. Why should you want pure stock Android? Well, if you're asking yourself that question, it's probably not important enough for you, but that's the person this phone is for. It's for the Android fan that wants the best hardware accompanied by the best version of Android they can get. So yes, I would say this is the ultimate Android experience, at least for now. Thank you for watching, subscribe to see more content, and as always, stay classy.